So for those of you that are like, you're using a lot of words, I feel you. What you need to know is that there's now more than 2 parts of the nervous system. But for right now, we're going to talk about the 2 parts that are like the old school things to know. So sympathetic nervous system is fight or flight. This is where I used to live all the time. Now I live there half the time. But parasympathetic is where you want to be. So sympathetic nervous system is what we needed when we ran from saber-toothed tigers. So thousands of years ago, we had to have the ability to shut down certain parts of our body, like our reproductive system and our digestive system. So we would send blood to the skeletal muscles so that we could run. We could see better. We would know what's happening around us, right? We don't need that very much anymore. And the problem is that gets activated at the wrong times, or at times where we don't need it. It's just at times when we don't need that much, right? There is a certain component, as I always say, I do thrive under pressure, which isn't great, but that's kind of what the recovery of being a type A person is, and being aware of it. And there's that final crunch time where, yeah, sympathetic nervous system is helpful. Just like we get adrenaline at games, right? When you're playing and you feel it. And that adrenaline, when you're playing in a volleyball game and you're right in the moment and you're feeling everything and you're watching, it's just like when you're surfing. A lot of surfers here, right? You duck dive, you go under a wave. It's almost like time freezes because you feel everything and you know what's happening. So it's not that sympathetic is bad, but it's just that we don't know how to turn it off and we don't know how to regulate it. Most of us don't know how to regulate it. And it turns on at the wrong time. It turns on when you're driving on the 405. It turns on when you're 5 minutes late to get out the door to get to school and you're, where's my homework, where's my lunch? It turns on when maybe your boss sends you an email and says, oh, we need to put a meeting on the schedule for later today. It turns on when your parents are flying in from the East Coast and you're flying them to Hawaii in 36 hours and you have to get COVID tests. Like there's all of these things, but we need to know what it is to bring awareness to it. If you can't connect to your bicep, if you can't actually have that mind-body connection to your bicep, it's proven that you can't actually strengthen it. If you can't be like, okay, there's how I turn it, like there's that muscle, you can't get it stronger. And same thing with our nervous system. So if we know that heart racing, blood pumping, adrenaline surging, energy of our nervous system, where we're a little frantic, is sympathetic, then we know parasympathetic, rest and digest, is where blood is flowing evenly to all of our organs, our digestive organs, our reproductive organs. We have a calm sense, we can think clearly, right? Because the blood isn't just going to our skeletal muscles, it's flowing. In Chinese medicine, we think of the smooth flow of qi. So everything is flowing and it's at ease. And that is kind of when you're like, oh, I'm in the alignment. Or when you feel like you're driving and you're calm and then maybe you're like, okay, this is all right. Oh, I'm hitting the red light. It's okay. It's not a big deal. Like the next one will be green. That flow state is more parasympathetic nervous system. And having the ability to tap into that calm energy is vital. So you can still be playing a game and have the adrenaline, but be calm, right? And I think we've all seen somebody playing and they're amazing and they're aggressive, but then they are angry, and there's many different types of players. And I think having the role models with the people who are tuned and focused and present, you can see the nervous system in them. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Be Better at Volleyball has so many amazing components, and I feel really excited. I feel excited to be a part of it and really watch the evolution and journey of these young athletes, because we know with all the appropriate things in measure, they're going to change their bodies. They're going to grow exponentially. They're going to get stronger. They're going to play their sport better. At the same time, getting in touch with their nervous system. At the same time, learning what their nervous system is doing in their body and helping them, and sometimes not helping them, to perform while connecting to their feelings, getting in touch with who they are, and really getting them to be the best athletes they can be while being a better human being. My name is Amanda Lee Murphy, and I'm so happy to be a part of Be Better at Volleyball. I am a licensed acupuncturist and traditional Chinese medicine practitioner located in Manhattan Beach, California. And I'm also a yoga instructor and group fitness instructor. I teach at 2 studios, in Manhattan Beach, the Yoga Loft, and in Hermosa Beach, Soho Yoga. If you want any information or have any questions for me, please reach out. My website is just my name, Amanda Lee, LAC. So LAC stands for Licensed Acupuncturist. So AmandaLeeLAC.com. Looking forward to connecting soon.